Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to day 94 of our 365 Days Life Challenge. Today, we are going to talk about SIP, Systematic Investment Plan, in detail with a presentation. Let's look at that. So, let's look at what is Systematic Investment Plan. Systematic Investment Plan is basically keeping aside money from your bank account every month. Before that, let's look at what are the different cycles of the human life. So, what is systematic investment plan? So, as I said before, keeping aside money every month for some future reason is called the systematic investment plan. Let's move further. So, when we talk about the human life cycle, so we can have three phases in our life. First phase is where we are focusing on taking the education up to the age of 22 years, maybe 25 years. Right from the childhood till we graduate or we become able enough to earn money, we are just focusing on our education, enhancing our skill. Then comes a phase in our life, and this is the most challenging or most active stage of the life, wherein we have lot of things to do, and that stage is from the time you start earning till the time you retire. So, what all we have to do in this particular stage? We get married, we have a baby in the family, so that's childbirth. And then also, we may have to buy a house for ourselves. Then, children's educations, children's marriage, maybe a holiday home, travel plans, everything happens in this particular phase of the life. Then we move on to the next phase of the life, that is our retirement age. So, in the post retirement age, also, we may have 20 to 30 years of our life to live in. So, we have to plan for those years also in the second phase. So, how do we do that with the systematic investment plan? That's what we are going to learn today. So, again, coming back to the phase two, why I'm calling it the most challenging phase? Because we have to pay for our recurring expenses like rent, electricity, telephone. We have to pay for the children's primary education, schooling, and everything. Also, we have to pay for their higher education and their marriage. In between, we also take the annual holidays with the family. And we also basically create a corpus for our house, maybe buying the car or any other goal for that matter. We make provisions for retirement, for the contingency, for the illness, for the accidents, whatever we might feel that can come in our financial life. So, a question to you: do you save and invest so that your dreams come true? Type in the chat box if you're saving for your future goals. So, it is very critical that we have to do investments, but many people don't do for various reasons. They are too busy with the work, they are confused, and many more, and the list goes on. And the formula for creating wealth is start early, invest regularly, and create wealth. So make your money work hard for you instead of keeping the money safe in the bank. It's very essential that you keep your money working. Once you start investing your money regularly, a time will come in your life when your money is working for you and you are relaxed in the life. Albert Einstein very well says that there is a wealth creation formula. The wealth creation formula is given in the mathematical format. It is A is equal to P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to T. Now, normally people focus on R, what kind of the return I'm getting in this investment. But what is most important in wealth creation formula is the T and not the R. Even if a meager return of 8%, if it is consistently compounded, it can create value for you. But if the person is investing at 15%, 20% just for 1 year and taking out the money, maybe the rate is higher, but it won't create the wealth. So this is very important formula to become wealthy. Now, what is SIP? So the definition of SIP is we are investing a fixed amount every month in the mutual fund from Jan, Feb, March, April, that is throughout the year on a particular day, or maybe every week a person is investing the money into the mutual funds. That's called SIP. So another picture which is showing SIP is, say you have money in the bank. So the money gets transferred from bank to your mutual funds. It's called SIP. Now, which mutual funds? There are different types of the mutual fund. It can be a large cap, it can be a mid cap, a small cap, balanced fund, liquid fund. You may have different reasons for investing money, and we can choose different funds so that we can tag that investment with that particular fund. So this is the way SIP works. Money goes from the bank and it gets invested into a mutual fund. So SIP is basically is a way of investing into the mutual fund. Sometimes I meet people, oh, I want to invest into SIP, but not mutual fund. It's not like that. It is basically investing way of mutual funds. So let's look at the features of SIP. First one, you can choose any date for your SIP. Second feature is you can redeem your SIP anytime. Third feature is you can stop your SIP anytime. Fourth feature is there is no restriction on amount. You can choose any amount. With this, you can stop your SIP and let that amount grow. Sometimes it happens that we are not sure about whether I'll be able to continue it for a number of years. You can pause it and let it grow. There is no need to remove that amount. Sixth feature is you can increase or decrease your SIP amount anytime. So how does this SIP journey? SIP is just like Chinese bamboo. Initially, you won't witness any growth in it, but once it starts multiplying, it grows exponentially, and that's the beauty of SIP. Now, what are the benefits of SIP? Basically, it brings a financial discipline in life. Like every month, as your salary hits the bank account, your money, before you start spending, it gets invested. So that gives you a very good discipline. Second benefit is timing risk is eliminated. You don't have to think about whether the market is high, whether the market is low before investing into SIP. The amount gets invested every month, irrespective of at whatever the level market is. Next, it works well for your longer period and it gives the benefit of rupee cost averaging. Now, what is rupee cost averaging? I'm going to explain that in the next slide. Let's continue with the next part of the SIP benefits. It enjoys the power of compounding. There is no need to wait to accumulate a big amount and start. If I have to compare here, like if you have to buy a house, you need a bigger amount. Whereas you can start your SIP journey with as low as rupees 500. So as the amount gets accumulated, then you can think of buying your house with that money. Reach your financial goals in painless manner. So these are the benefits of SIP. Now let's look at the benefits of starting early. Look at this example, Ram and Sham. Both are 30. Ram starts his investing journey at the age of 30 and he invests till he's 40, that means for another 10 years. He's investing only 10,000 rupees per month. How much is the total investment over the period of 10 years? It is hardly 12 lakh rupees. And he doesn't remove the money, he let that money grow till he is 60. And you can see there the total amount which he will be getting as a retirement corpus is 4.32 CR. Whereas his friend Sham, he realizes that, okay, oh, I have started late. Let me do it for 20 years. So he starts his investing journey when he is 40 and he invests till he is 60. Same amount, which is 10,000 rupees. 10,000 multiplied by 12, that is 1 year, 1 lakh 20, multiplied by 20 years, his total investment is 24 lakh. But even after investing 24 lakh, his retirement corpus is just 1.32 CR. So you can see from this example, if you start early, you can create a huge amount of wealth. But that is not possible if you delay your journey by even 10 years. So this chart is also showing you the similar things. A person who is starting very early, he is not stressed out. Whereas a person who is starting his retirement journey or his goal journey late in the life, he has to struggle a lot and there is a stress. You can see the stiffness in that line. So that indicates the delay in investing. Again, another example of cost of delay. So, in this example, you can see if a person starts his journey today, or if it delays by 6 months, or if it delays by 12 months, you can see the difference in the corpus which is created. So, this shows that it is important to start our investing journey early through SIP so that we can create a huge amount of wealth. What is compounding? Compounding is basically your original amount gets interest, even that interest gets interest, and it has a snowball effect. It goes on increasing, increasing, increasing. You can see on the screen there are different interest rates 8%, 12%, and 15%. And you can also see that there are different periods for which it is given. You will observe that as the time passes, your money starts accumulating, compounding very fast. Power of 1 degree more. At 99 degrees Celsius, water is hot. But at 100 degrees Celsius, water starts boiling and it can cool the engine also. Now, we will talk about the same concept in SIP top up. What is SIP top up? SIP top up is basically every year we keep on gradually increasing the amount which we are investing. So now let's talk about adding one more degree, which is called top-up SIP. Now with top-up SIP, you can increase your SIP amount periodically in auto mode. Like you have to define in initially whether you want to increase your SIP in percentage or you want to increase in absolute term. SIP amount will increase automatically. Let's take this example when your SIP is 5,000 rupees and you want to have a top up amount of 500 rupees and you want to increase it every year. So in the first year, 5,000 is your SIP. Second year, it is 5,500. Third year, 6,000 rupees. SIP. Now let's see what happens with the top up SIP versus the normal SIP. So you can see in this top up SIP column that initial amount of 1,000 rupees and you are topping it up by 1,000 rupees every year. And this is giving you a return of 15% and the tenure is 20 years. The future value of this amount is going to be 89.64 lakhs. So this is the beauty of top up SIP. And I hope with this today's live, you got more clarity about SIP. So let me know in your chat box, are you doing your SIP right now? And are you investing it for a particular purpose? And if you have liked this live, don't forget to share with your friends and family. And the details for the upcoming session is given in the chat box. Don't forget to register yourself and your friends and relatives. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.